The first of 4 congressional hearings into misuse of taxpayer dollars at the Government Services Administration begins today. This afternoon, the head of the GSA resigned, and several other top officials have been fired or placed on leave after the Inspector General reported that a 2010 regional conference in Las Vegas, you're seeing some video here, cost more than $800,000, including over $146,000 for food and, get this, $75,000 for a bike building exercise. They said it was for team building. Videotape of agency employees joking about their lack of accountability only fueled the outrage on both sides of the aisle. Congressman Mike Kelly, Republican of Pennsylvania, he sits on the House Oversight Committee. He is joining me from the Capitol. Congressman, thanks so much for waking up early to join us.
No problem, Kate. I'm up this time every day, so it's good to be with you.
You are a good man. So tell me, 3 of the people that will be testifying today, they're already off the job, resigned or fired or on administrative leave. So with that said, what's the end goal here? What more are you looking for?
Well, you know what, I come from a private business world, and I think what all of us look for is we put people in charge of things, managers, to watch the cash registers for us. So when you find out that this is going on, this is a culture of spending that just seems to be way out of control. And I think what we're going to look for today is what in the world, what was the business model here? What's your style of management? How could this have happened when Americans are working so hard? They're tightening their belts. They're making do with less. Why would you have an agency like this that's supposed to be so responsible out wasting hard-earned American taxpayer money? So we need to find out, and hopefully we're going to find out things that are going to allow us to look at other agencies and say, if this is going on in the GSA, what's going on in other agencies? I
do want to ask you about that in just a second, but real quick, Jeff Neely, our viewers may not know his name, but he's going to be very well known as this scandal continues to unfold. He is the man that was in charge of throwing this lavish affair. He's said, I'm told, that he's going to take the 5th this afternoon in order to not incriminate himself. Can you confirm that?
No, I can't confirm that, but that'd be awfully disappointing. You know, the American taxpayers, American people really deserve to know what's going on with the money that they send Washington. And if Washington can't spend it the right way, why in the world would Americans continue to send money and say, you know, it's okay, they're spending it the right way? You know, we look at this, and if that happens today, I can't tell you how disappointing that would be for not only myself and other members of the committee, but for the American people. We need to know how our money is being spent. We need to know that there's people in Washington, D.C. that we sent to represent us that are keeping an eye on that. And if we can't do that, then why are we here?
Well, and to your point just earlier, there's been a lot of talk, and I've spoken to some of your fellow committee members, and I've been told this personally when I'm on the Hill, is that this is just what we're hearing in the public is just the tip of the iceberg in what's going on here with GSA. What more is there? What more are you looking for?
Well, I think what we're looking is in any possible way, is this money being spent responsibly? And again, too, somebody has to have oversight on this. Our committee, under Chairman Issa, has been looking at almost everything that taxpayer money is spent on, because taxpayers deserve the right to know that their money is being spent the right way, and they need to know that they can trust those people that they sent. So that's our job. That's our job, to watch all these funds and make sure that they're being spent the right way. Now, when you get down to what else could there be, my goodness, do we know? There's so many agencies, there's so many bureaucracies. These folks really, they have to answer to somebody. That's our job in OGR. We're going after every possible penny, not dollars, pennies that we can find that are being wasted, especially in a time when you're borrowing 42 cents of every dollar that you spend. My goodness, can we be this cavalier? Can we just be this careless with taxpayer money and sit back and say, you know what, I'm not going to incriminate myself, I'm not going to even answer this? Well, why did you take that job? And if you didn't want the job, if you didn't have the stomach to do what was right, you should have resigned early on. And they should have blown the whistle on themselves. This should have never happened. American families are watching every penny. They're not going on vacations this summer. They're not doing things that they'd love to do because they know that they have to tighten their budgets and tighten their belt. So we have to expect, and again, taxpayers have the right to know that we're watching out for them.
And Congressman, real quick, of course, we're always out of time and I have so many more questions. Who do you ultimately hold responsible for this?
Well, you know what? There's somebody that's in charge. So the secretary's there, and if she isn't aware of what's going on, she should be aware of people that she placed in charge to watch this. Now, the bigger picture is, you know, what's going on in the rest of our government. So you put people in charge. I said earlier, I ran a business. I expect my managers to watch the cash register. I expect my managers to watch what they're doing with the business's funds. I expect anybody in any of these agencies to be doing the best job they can do every day for the American taxpayers. They don't work for anybody in particular other than the American taxpayers. If we can't do that, then we shouldn't be in Washington. You should just resign and go home if you don't have the stomach and you don't have the backbone to do what's right.
Well, I expect this will be a very interesting and probably fiery hearing on Capitol Hill today. We'll definitely be watching. Congressman, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks, Kate. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
He's certainly fired up now.
Thanks, for sure.
Philadelphia, Brian.